Hello and welcome to Friday's Granada Reports, live with the news across the northwest.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Here's what's coming up on tonight's programme.
When Jackie met Margaret, the meeting which means the pressure's only going to grow on the Isle of Man government to hold new inquest into the deaths of 50 people in the Summerland fire.
It gives you that drive because they won't silence us.
We've got to let them know. No, we're bigger than you.
Yeah.
There's more of us than you, and we don't go away.
The war of words between residents on a street in Runcorn and their new MP, who says illegal immigrants are disrupting people's lives.
As a new Football League season beckons, how Oldham and their fans are heading back into the big time.
Hello, darlings, and welcome to the shopping madhouse.
Charlotte Dawson talks about life in Lytham, her dad's legacy of laughter, and a campaign very close to her heart.
And we have some unseasonably windy weather ahead as we start next week. The first named storm of the season since January. Floris, a deep area of low pressure, will be bringing strong winds and heavy rain to start next week. The details are coming up.
Please stay with us for all of that. First tonight, two women whose lives were forever changed by two disasters are coming together in a single call for answers.
Yeah, Jackie Hallam survived the Summerland fire on the Isle of Man in 1973, which killed 50 people, while renowned campaigner Margaret Aspinall lost her son at Hillsborough.
It'll be 52 years tomorrow since the blaze at the Manx Leisure Complex. Survivors and bereaved families want to overturn the original coroner's verdict of misadventure.
But the island's Attorney General has refused to do so. Now Margaret is adding her voice to calls for a new Summerland inquest. Joshua Stokes reports.
In a city familiar with a fight for justice, Jackie Hallam continues her pursuit for the truth, travelling to Liverpool to meet with one of the region's most prominent campaigners.
Hello.
Hi.
Stand up.
I don't know.
Nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you.
Margaret Aspinall spent 27 years fighting to overturn the Hillsborough verdicts after losing her son James in the fatal crush of 1989. A tragic loss known all too well by Jackie after losing her mum Lorna and best friend Jane in the Summerland fire, now fighting to overturn their verdicts of misadventure.
We have put an application in, our lawyers have put an application in on our behalf. That application has been rejected.
We got told we would never be able to overturn 96 verdicts of unlawfully killed. And I don't accept that they cannot give you a new inquiry. We should have had that in 1989, and we had to wait till 2016 to get the correct verdict.
It's absolutely atrocious.
It's absolutely atrocious.
And I think listening to your words there and how painful this must have been for you and how painful it is for me.
Yeah.
This journey is not an easy one. We're not taking it because it's an easy one. We're taking it because it's necessary.
People are calling all over the place, looking round for children, and families are split up.
This week marks 52 years since the Summerland disaster, where a fire ripped through the Isle of Man's esteemed leisure complex, killing 50 people and injuring many more. A trauma that's lived with Jackie after barely escaping with her own life at just 13 years old.
It took 49 years for me to be even able to speak about the disaster. It was something that I had to bury. It was in a box, it was closed, I couldn't even speak about it. And it's only in the last couple of years that our families have managed to create a bond and unite to fight the system together.
It's a campaign fronted by Jackie, but one that speaks for many whose lives have been deeply affected by the disaster. For Dawn, who lost her 11-year-old brother Gary, one of the youngest victims of the fire. For Stella, whose brother Bill died alongside his friend David, both teenagers. And for Richard, whose mum Anne and her friend Elsie lost their lives on that fateful night. These just a few of the faces behind the campaign fighting for truth over half a century on.
52 years makes no difference if it was 152 years. That pain does not go away. We all know that the Isle of Man law is completely different.
Yes, this has made it difficult for us because they closed it down. They closed it down totally, and we were cast back to our own places all over the UK. We weren't a community in any way. We were all cast back to deal with this in our own way, to deal with the grief.
An attitude campaigners say continues on the Isle of Man, where the Attorney General has recently declined a legal challenge for a fresh inquest.
They do the best to make it as hard as they possibly can for you to carry on. They make it as though you want to give up, because it's sometimes, some days, it's really hard to carry on. And that's why the determination rises. You know, that it gives you that drive, because they won't silence us.
We've got to let them know. No, we're bigger than you.
Yeah.
There's more of us than you, and we don't go away.
No.
And we'll not go away till justice is served.
Fighting talk that'll keep campaigners pushing, in memory of the 50 people who lost their lives at Summerland 52 years on. Joshua Stokes, ITV News, Liverpool.
And lawyers for the Justice for Summerland campaign have confirmed tonight they are challenging the Manx Attorney General's decision to not quash the original inquest into the Summerland fire.
Well, next to the row that's broken out between a town's new MP and residents who she says are having their lives disrupted by illegal immigrants in HMOs or houses of multiple occupancy.
Sarah Pochin won the seat of Runcorn and Helsby for Reform UK in May. While she clearly impressed voters to win a majority, that's not the case on one street in Runcorn.
Yeah, people living on Greenway say their MP's remarks are not welcome and are wide of the mark. Tim Scott went to Runcorn to investigate.
There are HMOs on this road with illegal immigrants in it, the antisocial behaviour that people have to put up with, the noise levels, the violence, the rubbish strewn around the streets, and the police have been called and they don't come out. Well,
Reform MP Sarah Pochin posted this video a couple of weeks ago. She's referring to Greenway Road in Runcorn, where she alleges houses homing what she described as illegal immigrants have been making people's lives here a misery, all told to her by residents who want to remain anonymous. And she continued the theme in a Facebook post.
Very intimidating behaviour. Alcohol, being drunk, bottles strewn around in the street, men coming and going.
But there's been pushback from other residents. Jackie Florek and her son Joe have lived here since the 1980s.
It's a really pleasant, nice area to live in. Every word Sarah Pochin said on her video is just ridiculously not true.
That kind of language is just, it's incisive, it's divisive, and it's just not true.
Other residents too were quick to condemn Sarah Pochin's remarks.
There's never been any trouble, don't see any police around here for any of these HMOs. Is it about her own PR more than the residents of Runcorn?
Were you surprised at the amount of pushback that you got following your social media posts?
Do you know what, Tim? I wasn't, because I'm raising issues that a lot of people don't want to hear, that are in denial about, but I'm raising them for the constituents that come to me with these issues that are causing them problems in their day-to-day lives. They don't go to the police because people are too scared to go to the police.
You describe the people in the HMOs as illegal immigrants, but how do you know that they're illegally?
Well, exactly. Asylum seekers, I think, I've just been referring to them as. Look,
in the videos, you called them illegal immigrants. You were implying that they were breaking the law.
Anybody that comes here illegally is breaking the law. We don't know because we can't.
But you don't know, but you called them illegal immigrants.
Well, I would, and I stand by that. What I am raising here are localised issues of antisocial behaviour, concern about domestic violence and everything else we've talked about.
Cheshire Constabulary told us the issues in Sarah Pochin's videos don't correlate with residents' concerns raised to officers, and that regarding Greenway Road, police have attended to just one domestic incident at an HMO in the past 6 months. An arrest was made. Halton Council said there have been no issues reported to them about antisocial behaviour on the road in the past 12 months. Sarah Pochin is meeting the Chief Constable next week to discuss the issues she's raised in her videos. Tim Scott, ITV News, Runcorn.
Two other stories making the headlines tonight, and demonstrations have taken place outside a hotel in Wirral after rumours circulated on social media that single migrant men are to be housed there by the Home Office. Police were called to the King's Gap Hotel in Hoylake, where a small demonstration was met with opposition from a group of anti-racism protesters. The hotel currently houses families seeking asylum.
A woman was taken to hospital with serious injuries after she was attacked by an XL bully dog in Fleetwood. Neighbours apparently intervened to drag the dog away. The woman, who's aged in her 40s, is being treated in hospital for a serious bite wound. Lancashire Police say they've seized the dog.
Parents across the northwest are being urged to get their children vaccinated against measles over the summer holidays. Figures from the UK Health Security Agency show an additional 145 cases of the infection since early July. It says the northwest, alongside London, is seeing the sharpest increase.
Now, one of our region's busiest railway stations is closing for 3 weeks to tear down a crucial bridge with no trains in or out.
That station is Stockport, and the bridge carries a roundabout over the top of the West Coast Main Line. It was built in 1958, and Network Rail say it now needs to go for age-related safety reasons.
Well, Anna Yosef's in Stockport for us tonight. Anna, this is a multi-million-pound investment in the town, but it's not gone down well with everyone, has it?
No, it hasn't, Katie. We were invited here today by Network Rail because they want people to know what they're doing here and why the disruption is necessary. They say this work is vital to keep the road and the railway safe and reliable for years to come. And it is a massive project. That's probably why it's costing £20 million and taking a year to do. After a lot of prep work, they're now at the stage where over the next 3 weeks they're going to be demolishing and replacing the old bridge which goes over the railway line. That means there'll be no trains running through Stockport station. Trains will either be diverted or passengers are going to have to use replacement buses. More than 500 trains usually pass through Stockport each day, so it's going to have a major impact, and they want people to know what's happening so they can plan ahead.
And Anna, it's not only train customers that are being affected.
No, it's not, Rob. I spoke to some local businesses back in March when the work started, and they told me how worried they were about the closures and the impact to their businesses, and it seems that they were right to worry. I went back today and I spoke to Sue, who's run a flooring shop in the town for the past 13 years, and I asked her what the past 4 months have been like.
Absolutely horrendous. It's seriously affected us. People have not been able to get down the footpaths. It was totally closed off for several weeks because they ended up having to dig the whole of the footway up because of the gasworks that had to carry on. We've had no help from anywhere at all. They doubled our business rates on top of all that. We just can't get any help from anywhere. We're not getting any answers.
And I heard similar frustrations from other business owners. They believe they should be getting compensation because of all this disruption, but that seems unlikely. I also spoke to the leader of Stockport Council about the subject. This is what he had to say.
There's a limit as to what the council can offer in a period where councils don't have a lot of money, and as I say, this isn't a council project, this is a Network Rail project, and so I'm watching with eager eyes as to the outcome of those conversations that businesses are having with Network Rail.
But you do understand that the impact this is having on businesses. They think that they are going to struggle to stay open until the end of the year.
Oh, absolutely. I can completely understand that the challenge that it brings. Let's say this is about making our railway safe and ensuring that the railway line is able to operate through Stockport for the next 100 years.
Network Rail, for their part, said, quote, as a publicly funded organisation, they can't offer ad hoc compensation to businesses, but they have installed extra signage to encourage people to go to and visit their local high street. The closures are expected to continue until next March.
OK, Anna in Stockport tonight, thanks so much.
Time for sport now, and Liverpool's bid to sign Newcastle's star striker has been turned down. Here's Chris.
That's right. It might not be the end of it, though. Liverpool are likely to go back with an increased offer for Newcastle striker Alexander Isak after a huge initial bid was turned down today. The Premier League champions are believed to have offered £110 million plus add-ons to sign the Swedish international. He's currently training alone at his old club Real Sociedad after being left out of Newcastle's pre-season tour of Asia. Now to Rugby League, and two of Mickey Hyam's former clubs will tonight join the fight to help him after his recent cancer diagnosis. There will be a collection held before Lee take on Warrington in Super League at Lee Sports Village. Mickey, who won a Super League title and 3 Challenge Cups, had successful surgery and treatments for a melanoma 3 years ago, but now has stage 4 widespread metastasised cancer and needs treatment overseas. He's just a couple of £1,000 away, though, from his £50,000 fundraising target. Now, 5 days after the football season officially ended with the final of the Women's Euros, you only have an hour or two to wait for the new season. Leagues 1 and 2 are the first to get underway, and we have a northwest rivalry at Edgeley Park to spice up the opening weekend as Bolton head to Stockport on Sunday, both clubs aiming for promotion this year.
Two teams who everybody will expect to be challenging again in this division to try and get out of it. So it'll be a tight game, and I'm really looking forward to it.
There'll be as many, if not more, challenges as there were last year, and a large number of teams looking to compete at the top of the table. Obviously, based on what we did last year, we want to be one of those teams.
Yeah, always an exciting time when the new season comes around, but few will be more thrilled than Oldham Athletic fans this weekend. After 3 years in non-league football, they return to League 2 with a trip to MK Dons. David Chisnall has been with the team in no mood to merely survive.
After their Wembley jubilations,
we've won a promotion at Wembley, like, oh, I can't.
The Six are going up! Fast as you can! Now comes league preparations. Oldham Athletic are back in League 2 after a first promotion in 34 years. Their win in the National League playoff final ended the club's 3-year wait to return to the Football League.
If you want to see what the power of football has come to Oldham and see what winning a game of football at Wembley has done for the whole town, it's got a massive lift, and we're all looking forward now to continuing to put teams together that represents them properly. The club is in a really good place, the academy getting set back up again, the town all embracing the football club, so we're in a good place, but now we've got to go on with the bread and butter and go and try and win games of football.
This week marks 3 years since Oldham was saved from going bust with a takeover by local businessman, fundraiser and karaoke king Frank Rothwell.
Every day it's getting closer, it's going faster than a roller coaster.
Under the ownership of him and his family, the club's roller coaster ride has enjoyed plenty of highs. And this weekend, all their hard work will pay off when they play their opening game back in League 2 against the MK Dons.
It's what we dreamt of, is to get back in the Football League and to do it in year 3. We dreamt that, but we didn't really think it was a reality. Do you know, we're going to take 2,000 people to Milton Keynes. How about that? And fair play to Milton Keynes, have been on to us. This is, are the drinkers, do they like pies? Oh, we'll make sure all the bars are open for them. Fantastic.
Well, Oldham were founding members of the Premier League in 1992. While the top flight is still a long way off, their manager knows all about back-to-back promotions at this level, doing it with Tranmere. And his current side have ambitions of history repeating itself.
You're there, but you don't want to stop at that.
Yeah, definitely. Why should you stop? You know, we're not just going to settle just because we're back in the league now. You know, we're not just going to be content with that. We want to keep going. We want to strive for as much as we can. And yeah, we've got a good set of players and, like I say, an amazing set of staff. So there's no reason why we can't keep pushing on.
Dreams of back-to-back promotions are for later in the season. Right now, Oldham are just embracing being back in the Football League. David Chisnall, ITV News, Oldham.
great to see Oldham back in the Football League again, and you get the feeling they're not going to stop there. They're going to keep going up.
Yeah, they love a celebration too much. Thanks so much, Chris. Now, who could forget comedian Les Dawson, who passed away more than 30 years ago now. He married his wife Tracy in 1989 in Lytham, and now their daughter Charlotte lives there with her family.
Charlotte is a great supporter of the Baton of Hope, which will tour across the UK in September, offering the chance for people bereaved by suicide to stand side by side in solidarity. This year, the tour will begin for the first time down the road in Blackpool, which had the highest suicide rates in the UK last year.
Well, Charlotte explained her reasons for backing the campaign to our entertainment correspondent Caroline Whitmore after a quick tour of the house.
Hello, darlings, and welcome to the Chuffing Madhouse. Come here, you. Come on over, baby.
Thank you for welcoming us into your amazing home here in Lytham.
This is like the dressing room of dreams. It's like Beverly Hills, but in Blackpool.
Where else would we be? You said to me, where do you want to go, Cal? And you showed me this, and I was like, where else would we go?
The sparkles, the glitter, it just attracted you, didn't it? It's very too glam to give a chuffing damn in here, isn't it? It's very me.
And you've now got 3 children. Congratulations on little Gigi.
I know,
She's gorgeous.
Finally got my girl. She's 5 months old. 5 months. How?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, she's milking me dry.
Oh,
I'll tell you.
You're bringing them up near the beach.
I love being close to my dad's statue as well, because they can go and see Grandad, we can go and celebrate his birthday, just being close to my mum as well, and it's just amazing, Lytham, innit? Being in Lytham.
For anyone who's been living under a rock, your late, great, amazing dad was Les Dawson.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, where would we be without good music? Here.
Were you only 1 when he died?
No, I was 8 months old.
Oh, was it 8 months?
So when every child has reached to 8 months old, it really gets to me. It breaks my heart, it really does.
But you still keep him in their lives. You know, your big cardboard cutout of him. He was larger than life, and I think you're keeping him in their life.
I'm larger than life now. Noah's really knowledgeable. Like, he watches him on YouTube, he finds him hilarious.
New Jersey, New York, New Zealand. Where do you want to go, Chuck?
New Brighton.
The boys are honestly so like him that they love making people laugh.
But you do as well, because even in your toilet, in your downstairs toilet, it says wash your chuffing hands.
My dad's on my back, so always got my back, literally. Then we've got my dad's fabulous piano. This is the piano, his actual piano, which is really special. It's the washroom. And my dad.
The Baton of Hope, the first time it's come into Blackpool. It's starting off here, which is brilliant, isn't it?
It's brilliant for Blackpool. My sister tragically lost her husband to suicide. She's turned this into such a positive and is working with an incredible charity in Blackpool, Solace Empowerment. And the Baton of Hope, you're holding this baton, walking for someone, and you actually feel like you're with that person who you've lost to suicide with the baton.
I applied to walk with the Baton of Hope in Manchester, and it was one of the most incredible, powerful experiences I've ever had. And I think it was the first time in a long time since I'd lost my husband, Glenn, that I didn't feel as alone, being around so many people that truly understood. And I phoned the CEO of Empowerment and said, I'm bringing that to Blackpool, so... I feel really blessed and privileged, really, because we're actually opening the tour, so it's opening in Blackpool.
You're here, you're always with me, aren't you? I do look like him, don't I? But I look like him in drag. I love you.
A chuff and love her.
She's great. Time now for a look at the weekend weather. Here's Joe.
Why do I need a shower? I've been out in the rain.
The faster you go, the sooner you'll be out. You'll save water too.
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada weather.
Hello, a very good evening to you. Before we get on to the weekend's weather details, a look ahead to Monday. We have our first named storm of the season since January. Storm Floris, a deep area of low pressure moving in across the UK, giving unseasonably windy conditions to start the working week, accompanied by heavy rain. Gradually things settle down as we approach Tuesday morning and beyond. But really, to start next week, it does look very stormy, particularly further north across Scotland. But for the northwest of England and the Isle of Man, gale force gusts, heavy rain, gradually easing off by Tuesday. Now, the details for this evening: it's likely to be showery for the northwest of England for a time, but skies will clear and mostly it should begin to settle down into the early hours of tomorrow with some breaks in the cloud and temperatures a little fresher than they have been this week, maybe down to 9 or 10 degrees away from built-up areas before dawn. On to tomorrow. The sun is up at 5:26, setting at 7 minutes past 9 tomorrow evening. Not a bad day to come weather-wise tomorrow. Saturday is certainly the better day of the two. A few showers just scooting through on that northwesterly breeze, but mainly fine. Through the afternoon, bright or sunny spells, not feeling too bad. 19, 20 degrees isn't warm, but in the sunshine it should feel pleasant tomorrow. And then during Sunday we'll see showery rain tending to move in from the west through the afternoon, winds picking up a touch later on in the day. But of course Monday is the real focus of our attention, that storm moving in. A yellow warning in place across the northwest of England for wind, but also expect some heavy rain as it pushes through, easing off and settling down from Tuesday.
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada weather.
Thanks, Joe. Now, just before we go, we don't want to take too much credit for this, but we are totally claiming it, aren't we, Rob?
Absolutely.
You may remember last Friday we were played out of the programme by indie band The K's from Earlstown near Newton Willows.
So I'm ripping out the pages and I put them to the flames, screaming, Heather, no, why? Heather, no, why? I hate to see you go. I had to watch you go.
So good. They chatted to us about their latest album, Pretty on the Internet, which came out last week. Right now, they're playing Kendal Calling in Cumbria at this very moment, where they've been told they've topped the official UK album chart.
Yeah, massive congratulations to them. It is a brilliant album, isn't it?
It's superb, actually.
Well, that's all we've got for tonight's Granada Reports.
Yes, thank you very much indeed for watching from the whole team across the Northwest. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.